Champions League football. Here we are again talking about Champions League after so long, after the round of 16, which I have talked about in that video. And it was unfortunate that I could not talk about quarterfinals. But here we are talking about the first leg of semi-finals have been completed for Champions League. The matches between Arsenal and Paris Saint-Germain, and of course Barcelona and Inter Milan. Both of the first leg have been concluded, and man, these match was so good. Specifically, if you want to talk about Barcelona and Inter, that match was a cracker. I cannot emphasize more on how much of an entertaining game that was. And damn, if there's somebody out there who hasn't watched that match as a football enthusiast, they're definitely missing on something really big in this season. So, before talking about the Barcelona and Inter match, we have to talk about the first semi-final that happened in in Emirates. That is Arsenal versus Paris Saint-Germain, which PSG, of course, won 1-0 away at Arsenal's home. But beneath this scoreline lies a story of missed chances and of the dominance which in the midfield PSG showed over Arsenal in this match. Let's break it down. Well, Arsenal, if you talk about PSG, has really showed Arsenal in places like what all things they are missing in their team, and and with players like Martinelli and Trossard misfiring, the need for the consistent finisher up front is been now way more clear than it was before. Something which Arsenal have been in pursuit of for past 2 to 3 seasons. Imagine someone like Dembele in the front line. The difference could have been massive, even though Dembele himself ain't been that clinical in his whole career. But this season, he has been in a terrific form for PSG. This is hands down his best individual season. On the other hand, if we talk about PSG executed their plan near perfection. Vitinha and Luiz dominated the midfield, cutting through Arsenal lines with ease. At the back, Marquinhos held firm and Donnarumma, man, the man of the match performance was given to Vitinha, even though I personally prefer Donnarumma to get it. He is a goalkeeper who, after that Euro 2020, isn't somebody I'm a big fan of, but this game I have to give it to him. He played an amazing game. He made some great and important saves, because of which PSG has edged past Arsenal. And if we talk about other performances in Arsenal, Declan Rice showed some glimpses of leadership, pushing forward what he could, but overall, the midfield lacked cohesion. Odegaard failed to make signature runs. There were a lot of positions where we would say that Odegaard was not really taking a big risk, or trying to create magic for Arsenal, which people expect him to do. And that is something which is kind of concerning for Arsenal, but it's something which just has definitely they missed in this match. And with Thomas Partey suspended, Arsenal clearly missed his ability in the middle. And maybe it was the reason why Odegaard was not as impressive as people as people believe him to be. As we look ahead to the second leg at PSG homes, Parc des Princes, Arsenal have everything to play for. The 1-0 deficit isn't insurmountable, but they'll have to be sharper, braver, and more clinical if they want to turn this tie around. And they have to tactically outplay PSG if there's any chance for them to salvage from this semi-final second leg. PSG meanwhile looks more composed and confident, given the fact they've also wrapped up the league, even though Arsenal Premier League is also wrapped up now for Arsenal, I would say. That then it'll be interesting to see how PSG goes with their tactics and what you'd expect from a team which have their sights on the European glory. Okay, so next match, of course, we're going to talk about the match which we all witnessed last night. That, as I said in the intro, is of course a match against Barcelona and Inter Milan. A jaw-dropping 3-all draw, and this match had everything: goals, drama, tactical brilliance, and rise of new superstar. Let's get into it, man. This Champions League semi-final clash had fans on the edge of the seat. A 3-3 scoreline, whenever you have high-scoring draws, the match definitely have to be a cinema. And it's something which just you cannot emphasize on how great this match was. And before we start on talking about both the teams, we have to talk about the one superstar which is in the making, the wonder kid, none other than the elephant in the room, that is LAMINE YAMAL. Man, whenever we talk about and think about wonder kids and how they're gonna do in high pressure situations, you might give them a benefit of the doubt that they might fumble and pressure and the maturity that stage at which they're playing requires. But man, Yamal, in spite of his age being just 17 years old, this guy just doesn't stop, man. He's there. He's the level of tactical brilliance, the level of skills, the level of maturity, and the confidence he shows while playing on the field, alongside the flair he has as a dribbler. It's im- it's impressive. Calm under pressure, fearless on the ball, and impossible to ignore. He rings around the Inter's defense in this match, and was even praised by Inzaghi himself. At 17, this guy is pretty insane, and you know, for his age, we tend to ignore him when we talk about the best player in the world currently. But he has to be up there, man. The way he plays at this such a young age, it's just insane and illegal the way he plays. And definitely, a lot of people say him being an alien, just like Messi they used to say. Well, man, I can't disagree, man. And but if we talk about the match itself, in the first half, Barca didn't have it easy. They the first goal was scored by Inter by Marcus Thuram in less than a minute, with that stunning goals, with the stunning finish which he had, the link-up play, the vision. But after and the second goal by Dumfries, these two goals made Inter go at the top 2-0. But Barca, after that, came back in the game and didn't look back. The link-up play, the vision, the hunger. This was peak Barcelona at the time. Barcelona started pushing Inter at the edge of their seat, and Inter tried to stuck to that plan. But eventually, Barcelona scored two goals, and after that, we had a half-time score of 2-all. Then after that, in the second half, we have to give it to Simone Inzaghi's tactics and Inter's resilience. Inzaghi's men knew that they couldn't outplay Barcelona toe to toe, so they absorbed the pressure. They then struck back with precision, using clever aerial tactics, smart flicks, and clinical finishes. Them getting taking out the most of the advantage of the physical advantage which they had over Barcelona players. They used it for themselves, and then of course again from a set piece, Dumfries scored the third goal, which gave Inter 3-2 advantage after being you know after losing their 2-0 advantage initially. The tactical setup in the second half showed real maturity and helping them weather the Catalan storm. But after that, came another set piece practice which definitely had been there in the training ground of Barcelona. After which Rafinha scored a thunder bastard of a goal, which hit the pole and unfortunately hit Jan Sommer's back and went in. So it goes in for a Jan Sommer's own goal, but it has to be Rafinha's thunder bastard which made the stance. And after that goal, Barcelona came back. It was 3-all, and after that it was complete chaos in the match. You couldn't know who's gonna score when and how it's gonna end. It was really amazing. This match was worth every single penny to all the football watchers who have seen this match, football fans who have seen this match in the stadium, and of course those who have seen it in front of their eyes, live on the television and everything. It was worth remembering. The goals. We're gonna talk about the goals. Yamal's goal was pure artistry. Theorem's flick, we have talked about it, amazing. Dumfries' strike, that was ruthless as hell. Every finish told its own story. Fans were treated to a masterclass in attacking football from both sides, and a tactical resilience from Inter as well. And this match, as I said before, it has to be a pure cinema. Now let's just talk about the second leg for this match. With the tie now wide open, both teams now can turn their attention to the second one. Barcelona needs to tighten up at the back, and they would play the same ruthless football which they play, while Inter will look to carry forward their tactical discipline, that too with the advantage of their home fans, their home ground. And the rematch promises the firework and definitely a place in the final. And we cannot wait to watch the second leg of this match. And of course the match against Arsenal and PSG. Because these Champions League semi-finals have been amazing and they're worth remembering, and that is how you would expect a Champions League now deep knockout stage matches to be. So man, that is all for this video. Thank you for watching till the end. I hope you like this, and do comment below, like, share, whatever you feel about both the semi-final matches. And I'll see you soon. Goodbye, take care, and of course subscribe for more.